Welcome back to your very own Reviews channel, where we aim to dissect movies in the most concise manner possible. Today, I'll be delving into a captivating sci-fi adventure film released in 2024 called Spaceman. So brace yourself for potential spoilers as we dive into this intriguing cinematic experience. Jakub Prochaska, the Czech astronaut, is currently halfway through his solitary space expedition to investigate an enigmatic cluster of dust and particles known as Chopra, situated beyond Jupiter. This peculiar cloud emerged 4 years ago, and Jakub's primary objective is to gather samples from it and safely return them to Earth. Interestingly, the Czech mission managed to arrive at the designated location just before the South Korean astronauts, making them the pioneers in exploring Chopra. However, Jakub finds himself grappling with feelings of isolation and longing for his wife, Lenka. Unfortunately, their communication has dwindled since he made the difficult decision to leave her and their unborn daughter behind for this mission. In a surprising turn of events, Lenka reaches out to Jakub, expressing her desire to end their relationship. However, Commissioner Chopra, Jakub's superior officer, intervenes and prevents the message from reaching him. The commissioner's intention is to safeguard Jakub's mental well-being, as receiving such news could potentially worsen his already fragile state. Jakub is struggling with insomnia aboard the spacecraft, feeling the pressure to achieve mission goals despite technical issues. He confides in Peter about the noisy toilet disrupting his sleep, but Peter prioritizes fixing other ship components. Meanwhile, half of the ship's cameras are malfunctioning. Peter, Jakub's friend, reveals that Lenka, Jakub's partner, has left to visit her mother and cannot be reached. Days pass with no word from Lenka, until Jakub discovers a spider-like creature with telepathic abilities on the ship. Jakub takes drastic measures by locking himself in the airlock and releasing decontaminants, but the spider, named Hannes, assures him of no harm. Hannes seeks to understand humans and offers companionship to Jakub in his solitude. Jakub refrains from disclosing the existence of Hannes to Peter or anyone else at mission control. Hannes, on the other hand, claims to be an explorer who ventured into the solar system and felt drawn to humanity. He observed Earth from space and acquired knowledge of its languages. Eventually, Hannes came across Jakub's spacecraft and sought to establish a connection with him. Gradually, Jakub becomes accustomed to Hannes's presence. Hannes expresses a desire to consume eggs, but Jakub explains that they do not preserve well in space. Hannes reveals that he fled his home planet following an attack by Gorumps. He embarked on a journey through galaxies and black holes, ultimately arriving in the Milky Way. Interestingly, Hannes possesses the ability to access Jakub's memories. Through this, he gains insight into Jakub's experiences with Lenka, including their initial encounter and the early stages of their relationship. While delving into his memories, Hannes uncovers more about Jakub, his father's involvement as an informant for the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia and his untimely demise when Jakub was still young. Initially groomed by his father to become a pig farmer, Jakub's aspirations expanded after his father's passing. Despite his relationship with Lenka, he often neglected her due to his unwavering focus on his career as a cosmonaut, even going as far as abandoning her when she experienced a heartbreaking miscarriage. Intrigued by Jakub's decision to leave his home planet, Hannes realizes that space poses a destructive force to him. Hannes comprehends that Jakub seeks redemption for his father's transgressions by successfully accomplishing this monumental mission. At a distance of 45 hours from the Chopra cloud, a minuscule grain infiltrates the spacecraft, leaving Jakob to discover that it cannot be contained by any material substance. As a result, his communication systems go offline until the grain is safely removed from the spacecraft. After presenting Jakob with a memory implant of the miscarriage, a moment he was not present for, Hannes, feeling disillusioned with humanity, especially since Jakob had not returned home to Lenka after she suffered the loss of their first child, decides to leave the ship, leaving Jakob in a state of distress. In an effort to make amends, Jakob arranges with Peter, a technician and close friend, to deliver a message to Lenka, asking for her forgiveness for his negligence. Upon Hannes' return, he reveals that he is dying as a result of a parasitic infection that has wiped out his entire species. Eventually, the two of them reach the Chopra cloud, a remnant from the early stages of the universe where every moment in time exists simultaneously. Hannes chooses to face his impending death in the vastness of space, while Jakob decides to follow him. Within the cloud, Jakob reaches the realization that all he truly desires is to be with his wife. Sadly, Hannes succumbs to the infection and passes away. Jakob is rescued by a South Korean space vessel. He and Lenka have a heartfelt conversation, finally coming to terms with their relationship. This concludes the movie. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider liking, sharing it with your loved ones, and subscribing to my channel.